The single-player campaign of Modern Warfare 2 is an action-packed rollercoaster ride that will keep shooter fans enthralled for the duration. Sadly, the duration is only 6 hours or so. However, it's easy to forgive the short campaign mode, as Modern Warfare 2 has one of the deepest online games around. This is why today's video review is focused purely on the multiplayer aspect of the PC and 360 versions of the game. Now, we know we're a little late out of the gate with this review. Unlike other sites, we wanted to sink some serious time into the multiplayer, rather than write a single paragraph about the game's biggest feature. Also, the Steam version got delayed for 2 days, with no mention from Valve, Infinity Ward, or Activision as to why. You'll notice that our footage is all from the 360 version of the game. Now this is because we had some issues editing the PC footage. Rest assured though, we've pumped over a dozen hours into both versions. First things first, let's get the bad stuff right out of the way. IWNet and the game's matchmaking is a dismal failure for Australians. In fact, if the official forums are anything to go by, IWNet is a dismal failure for any gamer outside of the US. Regardless of where you live, it seems that IWNet just loves to host the game on American machines. So even if your room has 9 Australians and 1 American, the American will host. We've noticed this happening for both PC and 360 versions of the game. Even worse is the fact that the PC version suffers more because of this, with network warping, connection problems, and other related issues. Let's be honest here, we've got more chance of playing Halo Reach on the PlayStation 3 than we do of seeing dedicated servers for Modern Warfare 2. However, there is an easy fix. A region search feature, as seen in the prior version of Call of Duty, could be patched into the game and would remove these lag issues. Now time will tell whether Infinity Ward gives a damn about its international audience, but given the fact that these problems have existed since the first Modern Warfare, we're not feeling too optimistic. Having said all that, the lag isn't an insurmountable issue. Things generally run fairly smoothly, and you'll only feel robbed by international latency about once every 5 minutes. We've enjoyed the heck out of the game in spite of the lag, which says a great deal about the core online gameplay. It's this core online gameplay that makes Modern Warfare 2 one of the gaming highlights of 2009. While the single-player game is a glorified version of whack-a-mole with assault rifles, the multiplayer game has the potential to be the new benchmark for team-based shooters. Borrowing from the RPG genre, the game takes customization to an insanely deep level. There are now literally hundreds of different things to unlock. Perks and weapon accessories are the most desirable, giving you plenty of new toys to play with. Thankfully, new players won't be at a disadvantage when competing against those who have unlocked MW2's extensive armory. You see, the 5 default classes offer arguably the best weapon sets in the game. The unlockable weapons don't offer superior performance, merely a chance to try something new and different. Players can also now craft a unique identity using the new custom name badge system. This badge pops up every time you do something major in the game, be it killing another player or calling in an airstrike, so you'll take real pride in its appearance. The core shooter gameplay that beats deep within the heart of this game exudes the confidence and experience of a team who has been making these kinds of shooters for the last 10 years. The stars of the show are the guns. Never before have we seen these instruments of death so lovingly recreated. Every nut and bolt is present, and the detailed animations bring these inanimate hunks of steel to life. Firing each gun rewards the player with a screen filled with sparks and debris, while ears ring from the vicious bark of each weapon. The attention to detail extends to the multitude of character models found in the game. We haven't counted them all, but there appear to be dozens of different uniforms. The team's trademark lifelike animation is alive and well, with the running gait of each player perfectly simulating the soldierly style seen in so many war films. This cast of weapons and soldiers inhabits a multitude of sets, each offering a unique experience to the next. Where one map favours run and gun tactics, requiring a custom class loaded out with maybe a submachine gun and speed perks, the next will encourage long-range firefights, favouring snipers and assault rifles. Throw all this content together across 14 different game types, including Capture the Flag and a third-person mode, and Modern Warfare 2 has a depth and breadth of content that is unrivaled amongst shooters. The fact that all of this content is more highly polished than the canopy of an F-16 is testimony to the talent at Infinity Ward. Hang on a second, we almost forgot to mention the co-op mode, called Spec Ops. Not that it's easy to forget, mind you. The 23 two-player missions stand out as masterpieces of co-op game design. Each has a certain gimmick that is different to the rest. In our favourite mission, one player has to negotiate a maze-like level on foot, fending off wave after wave of enemies, while the other player orbits overhead in an AC-130, kind of like a flying battleship. Another mission sees the two players racing on snowmobiles. While a fully co-op campaign would have been lovely, the 23 Spec Ops missions make for a great substitute, and because you host it on your own 360 or PC, there are no issues with IWNet and its crap matchmaking. The PC is definitely the superior place to view this content. With its higher resolutions, the detail in the environment and weaponry is brought even more vividly into focus. Surprisingly, it runs well on even a mid-range system. However, the mouse control is a double-edged sword. While it's the preferred weapon of choice for most hardcore shooter fans, it results in a much faster paced game than the 360 version. And because of this faster pace, the lag is much more of a concern for the PC version. Which brings us nicely back to the subject of IWNet. This single issue stands between Modern Warfare 2 being the finest intimate team-based shooter on the market, and it being just another shooter to be retired after a month or two. We can handle the lack of mod tools. We can even handle a maximum of 18 players, tiny by PC standards. But when each and every game puts international players at a massive disadvantage, well, it's hard to say how long the community will put up with it before flocking to the next big military shooter next year. PC, 3 out of 5, Xbox, 4 out of 5.
We need to rethink our strategy. Let's run it again.